All right, let's see what this talking about. Man.
Telling me that was Adolf Hitler, that he chilled his alcohol in that?
Absolutely.
Like what?
Zoom right in on that. You can see the AH, and our soldiers took that, and this is featured in.
Oh God, yeah, jeez.
And this stuff is featured in some movies and other stuff like that.
Look at that. You can see the AH.
What just happened, bruh? I hate when my shit just go out of 1080p, bro. Like, what? Fix that shit ASAP, bro. Come on now.
Hitler.
Yeah, and they took over. So our soldiers took over this, and you know what? That's a war trophy, and that ended up with me, and I'm going to hold on to this for a long time because that's a really.
Now, what if somebody robbed me, bro?
To
then
take
what?
Over his home, probably the most evil person to ever live.
Copyrighted shit, bro.
Well, good day, my friends. It's your old pal Jordan the Lion. How are you all doing today? I hope you said excellent. I'm doing great today too. Well, today we're going back to my pal Martin's house, bro. And he's got some special stuff for us to see today because since we are.
Fuck you, I don't know what you're talking about, nigga. Jolly ass nigga, bro.
To me, and then not only they sign it over to me.
That's a Harley.
And then just because everything's so authenticated, you know, they want everything perfect. He even got a picture of him signing it in his own house over to me, which is super cool.
That's really cool.
Cool stuff.
I was just watching this movie wondering what happened to it, and now I know. Awesome. Holy cow, did Stallone move in?
Jordan, so this is some of my Sylvester Stallone stuff. So I'm good friends with Stallone's agent, and one of his agents has multiple agents. But bottom line is, this is stuff that I've acquired over the years. So this is actually he used these in the movies. So this one was from Nighthawks. That was from the last Rocky Balboa movie. Used that, signed over. Used that in the movie Victory, and this one was used in the movie Escape Plan. So all these were used in the movies, and really cool pieces of history.
It's kind of fire.
So this is right in my foyer when you come in. I really enjoy having this stuff. But what a talent he is.
I ain't gonna lie,
man, no kid.
I ain't gonna lie. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I ain't gonna lie, bro. My shit in caps lock. What? I can't type. I ain't gonna lie. I can't type. Oh my god, I can't type. You trying to give me one item? Oh god. What you talking about, nigga? Give me that shit, bro. Bro, what's up with my PC, bro?
Look how much you wrote on there.
Please give me the PC, bro.
I did my most dangerous stunt in this outfit.
And he would do his stunts. He was something else too.
Wow.
Really cool piece to have. All right, so Jordan, in my downstairs bathroom, this is a true collector. So one of the things we are all absolutely astonished by was the JFK assassination.
Oh, yeah.
And man, we still don't know the answers. Was there more than one shooter? Was there a shooter from a grassy knoll? We just don't know.
Nigga, so it was one shooter.
I've been infatuated with that since I was a kid in high school. We would study it. I remember I had to take a position of that there was more than one shooter, and then somebody debated me on the other side in high school. So since that point, like in 10th grade, I was infatuated with it. But this is something really cool. So these are out there. They're rare, but Fred Ferguson, or Von Ferguson, took the limousine, and most people don't know this. He took it and serviced it in Ohio. And what happened was he ripped off 2 pieces of leather. You can see that original photo. They were bigger pieces. And what he did was he took those pieces off and he gifted them over to Raleigh Ceramics later on. Raleigh was a big Olympic collector and actually one of my mentors. He's passed on since Raleigh was big into presidential China and that type of stuff. But Raleigh actually guided me with some Olympic stuff way back. But bottom line is this is 50 some odd years later. This is these pieces with JFK's blood still on it. It's insane to still have this.
Oh my gosh. How many people, I mean, you like, this is.
What? Bro.
Museum type stuff.
Yes. This is rare stuff to get. So
I ain't gonna lie, that's sick, bro.
Eric Dorr has a big piece.
I don't care. Look, I don't care if you like a collectible, bro. Don't. That shit just, that's just not it, bro. Not it. To have someone's blood, bro.
The Gettysburg Museum, and I do work with Eric on some stuff. Eric does have a big piece of this. You can see a video of it on YouTube as well, because I do go by it. But
President JFK bloodstained pieces on the leather from the What was I saying?
I actually, what's really cool about this, before I made this deal years ago,
it's gold. Oh my god. Oh my god. I
said I want the original paperwork on it. So that's the actual original paperwork. Everybody else, when they sell these little pieces, which we'll show here in a little bit, they all have the photocopies. So I have the actual original paperwork. That's Clint Hill, by the way.
Bro turned into a doodle bug.
Clint Hill. He was a Secret Service agent. So Clint Hill would, he's the one who jumped up.
I'm not gonna lie, you kind of zesty, bro. You kind of zesty. Oh my god, bro. Hey, I didn't mean it like that. I ain't gonna lie.
He was a Secret Service agent.
He was getting down.
So Clint Hill would, he's the one who jumped up on the limousine for Jacqueline Kennedy. Clint Hill's still alive. He's in his early 90s and he's still doing lectures and stuff like that. I believe he's 92 or 93 now. So, and he's had a big sense of guilt about that whole thing because he was the main Secret Service guy assigned that day.
It's interesting too because the car is on display at the Henry Ford Museum, but people are always like, "How do we know?" Because they took everything out of it. That's like all up in my ear, bro. What was really in there?
And this is cool to have this. So
huge pieces.
So in my home downstairs bathroom, if you ever use it, you're right next to a piece of history. That's actually JFK's blood on that 50 some odd years later. But what collectors do is people do stuff for profit, which I don't do. I don't believe in that. I believe in collecting because you collect and you want to preserve the memorabilia. And that's been my
that shit right there, bro. You collecting his fucking blood, bro. Like, throw that shit away, bro. I don't care if it costs a lot of money. But just sell it to somebody else. Sell it to somebody else, bro. Like, keeping someone's blood, bro, in your house, bro? No. Like, what if, all right, for instance, what if you murk somebody, right? And then the police be like, oh, okay, first of all, that was the dumbest analogy that I fucking told, bro. Like, it's, all right. Motherfucker murdered JFK Kennedy, bro. Okay.
People will take it to spice it up into smaller pieces.
I'm tired, bro.
To make profit. So you'll start to see these little pieces. University Archives with John Resnick. He has little pieces like this that they authenticate.
Who is this again?
They go for some massive amount now, and you can't even see the blood on them. And it comes from the darker part of the limousine. So that bottom line, you'll see those things on auction now for some crazy prices. But bottom line is this: we preserve the history. This is such a cool piece to have. Jordan, basically, this is something else really cool. I was a big fan of the movie The Hurricane, starring Denzel Washington.
Have y'all seen that?
A real life story about Reuben "Hurricane" Carter. And I have some really cool stuff I acquired years back. So this is his some of his boxing gear. That's that's what the Hurricane used to look like on the cover. He was pretty jacked up at that point. But what's really cool is he was wrongly convicted of a murder that he never did, and it's all in the movie with the Hurricane. Suggest to watch it. Really good watch with the Denzel movie. This is actual his letters to his family and his actual appeals in here. He would be working on his appeal.
Not just copies. You have
get this shit, bro. How did he get this? How do you know it's real? First of all, did they give it to you? Is this nigga just, bro? I ain't gonna lie, bro. Hook me up, bro.
The actual one.
Hook me up, bro.
Actual stuff that he's got. It's unbelievable. So these were passed on to somebody else years ago, and then they got passed on to me. It was passed on from his family to another collector, and it got passed on to me in the same way. And I've had these in my collection for years, but these are really, really cool pieces of history because that's the actual appeal stuff. And it goes layers back. You can read stuff that he wrote to his family and things like that. But the really cool part of the actual prison appeals.
And then here you can see State versus Carter and Artis.
Yep. And John Artis, just to go back on him too, he stuck with them, and you can see that in the movie. John Artis and him were wrongly convicted. It was quite a story, quite a great movie.
That's his
actual. Unfortunately, they both passed away. Reuben passed away about 4 years ago or so, 3 or 4 years back. And John Artis, I believe, actually passed away.
I did not see that. I did not see the title. Oh my god, I did not see the title. He got stuff. Oh my god. He got stuff from serial killers. The fuck, bro? What? I actually want to see it, bro. I actually want to see that shit. I don't give a fuck about all this shit, nigga. Okay, right here. It's a nigga John fucking Stacy or some shit, bro.
Does anybody know who Tom Brady's first touchdown pass was to?
And you know what's crazy? Why y'all talking about that Jeffrey Dahmer shit, bro? all that stuff was happening in the same timeline, bro. Like years apart, bro. 1982, 1970, some shit, bro. That shit was happening real time, bro. Like it was real. Them niggas was fucking different back then, bro. I don't know. That nigga, sick motherfuckers out here, bro. Like,
the idea.
It's crazy.
The jersey here, not the actual jersey from the.
It's crazy how he thought he got away with it. Everything.
Glenn. And Terry Glenn unfortunately passed away in a car accident. I believe it was 2 or 3 years
I remember
ago.
that.
But that's Tom Brady's first touchdown pass. This is something I got into recently collecting, and it's really controversial. But I'm having a Halloween party, so we decided to go with a theme of a serial killer memorabilia theme. And I'll tell you, one of the things that influenced me a little bit to collect some of this stuff was Zach Bagans. I went out to Zach Bagans' museum earlier this year in Vegas, and I was blown away by what the stuff he had in his.
I gotta lie, watch out for this dude. Watch out for this dude, cause then he's gonna find you. He's gonna be on your bed, and he's gonna jump out and then get you. All right, watch out for that dude. I can't trust collectibles no more, bro.
Museum.
Look what they collect.
Scary. So
he collects blood too.
I'm careful about
blood
what I
stains.
collect, but I'm doing a serial killer theme Halloween party, and I was able to acquire, with some help of some really good collectors, Pogo and a reverse Pogo, which was painted by John Wayne Gacy. They are out there.
That's his name.
They're rare, but they're still out there. They're not impossible.
I thought his name was John Stacy.
One come up for auction, or one will be on a website for sale.
You said reverse. There was like a story to it, right?
Yes. So what the story is, the legendary story with this is he drew the normal Pogo in this angle before he was actually moved over to death row himself. Then on death row, the actual death row, he drew about 70 or so of the actual reverse Pogos, which is the opposite image. So, which was quite an interesting thing. So I was explained that by a few collectors, although one other collector, Eric Holler, says, don't believe all the hype with that. Eric's a big-time collector. I've got a couple of the other guys, my friend Jordan and some of the other guys, are on the side of that. There actually was a reason why he switched to Pogos, and it makes sense when you're drawing this angle for so long, and then you switch it over to the other angle.
This is a portrait of Manson that Gacy did.
Correct. That is a really
Charles?
Cool piece to...
Charles. Oh my God! All this, bro. Like the timelines was crazy back then. Okay, so it was James. What's his name? Charles or something. Not James Charles, but like it's Charles Manson. That's Charles Manson. And then so that happened like around the 70s or the 80s. And then his killings and shit was like happening around like the 60s or 70s, around that time. But like it's actually crazy because like serial killers back then, bro, them niggas, they got away with a lot of things because, you know, like the color of their skin, you know, just like random shit, bro. It's just, we didn't have, technology wasn't really fuck, bro. Fucking hot chip, bro, got to me, goddamn. All right, but like oh my God, bro, like I ain't gonna lie.
To see.
I mean, technology was like really advanced at this point, bro. I mean, wasn't advanced.
A serial killer.
Yeah.
I think the hot chip fried my brain, bro. Oh my God.
This will be featured at the Halloween party, and then it will be taken down afterwards. But people do want to see it. There's a big following of people who do see this stuff and do want to see it.
Picture of Charles Manson in prison. Looks like he's mopping there, sweeping the floors.
And he signed it, which is interesting. So he actually signed that picture. Crazy stuff. This is a drawing that Manson did, and it's a quite interesting artwork. It's just pure chaos, like Manson was. So you have a bunch of stuff here that was just drawn, and there's no really rhyme or reason to it. But that is a crazy Manson drawing that he did, signed by Manson. If you notice his signature, if you want to zoom in on the signature, he always draws a little swastika on it. So he still drew that little even on that one, he snuck that little swastika in on the Manson part. This is some stuff that Robert Bardo.
What? Can y'all find it? Can y'all find it? Oh my gosh.
Snuck that little.
It's right there. I ain't gonna lie. W spotter. My bad.
Swastika in on the Manson part. This is some stuff that Robert Bardo did.
I mean, obviously he said
Bardo
it.
killed Rebecca Schaefer. And again, this stuff is very controversial. I'm only going to put it up for Halloween, but it's unbelievable that there is such a following for this stuff out there. People do want to see stuff by Bardo, and I'll keep this.
Wow, he did Kiss.
He did Kiss. Yep, he did Kiss. So you got Bardo stuff, and he's got an interesting following. So he did a bunch of stuff by Kiss, Peter Criss, and then Jason from Friday the 13th. So again, I'm going to showcase some of this stuff out there. And that's actually a self-portrait of himself.
Is that The Rock?
So he did that stuff. And then
that's The Rock.
He drew some other paintings there. This is a Gacy. Gacy actually drew, that would be Garfield. So he drew some Garfield stuff too. And that's interesting.
And that's a self-portrait that Gacy did?
Just a self-portrait.
Bro, that is not you, fat Nick ass boy. That is not you, bro. I don't know who told you you are slim, bro. My nigga, you are beefy. Beefy.
Portrait of Gacy that he did, and what's interesting, my mom asked me, she goes, what's that N on his forehead? What's actually his hair? So when you go to his actual picture, his hair was, you can see the little, and then he drew that detail.
And that's you,
so
bro?
any way you get Gacy stuff authenticated, it's pretty simple.
Make out triple chins, bro.
On this frame in the back, he would authenticate and write John Wayne Gacy. This is a Manson tape of songs that hasn't been heard probably in 35, 40 years. We're going to put this in a recorder, and for the late crew that stay and I want to hear it, we're going to play it for them. It'll be quite a lot of fun.
I ain't gonna lie. Is this copyright, bro? Is this copyright, bro? I'm not gonna play that shit, bro. It's fucking copyright. Oh man, I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro.
That'll be cool. And then this is cool too, Jordan. Look at this. So, again, there's a big following of people who want to see this stuff. This is Night Stalker Richard Ramirez picture as a kid.
Oh wow!
Yeah, picture with him, in prison, basically in his shirt. You got this stuff, and again, Zach Bagans has the most craziest stuff of all this stuff over in his museum. I'm gonna just put out a small sample of this stuff for my Halloween bash. This was done by Richard Ramirez, Night Stalker. So
oh wow!
Really cool piece. He was into Spider-Man,
doing all
this
this
type of
talent.
stuff, and surprisingly, just like Gacy, these serial killers like Ramirez, they knew how to draw. They didn't draw that bad. I'll tell you what, I couldn't do a sketch.
I don't lie. Watch out for people that know how to draw.
Another Robert Bardo.
That's all I gotta say.
And I looked at that and I was like, "Who's that vampire?" And then I looked at it and noticed that he identified it. That's Jessica Simpson.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay.
This one he drew of Amanda Knox.
Amanda Knox, who's that?
And then this one's Caden Cross, and it says adult star. And I'm sitting here wondering to myself, what is he just sitting there watching porn all the time in prison? Is that what's going on here? Because this was this was drawn in 2011. So another piece by the Night Stalker.
Wait, is the Night Stalker dead?
So here's a letter
Did he get
from
death row?
BTK killer, Dennis Rader.
That says EDP.
I saw documentaries on this guy. He was just an absolute maniac, just tortured his community. Not even with just the killings, just as a person. He was just, everybody seemed to dislike this guy. Look at this. He keeps everything in like a graph form, organized.
And Jordan, how about he was an ADT security installer at some point too? Can you imagine that?
Oh my God. Having that kind of access to people.
Yeah, at that point. And everything you see on his letters, look how when you see these letters, I'll show you this part, zoom in, it's always has some cryptic meaning and some symbolism.
Oh yeah, wow.
You just see these stuff, and that's when he would do the BTK. He still does it in his own letters. You have to decipher what he's trying to say.
Then you don't see this too often. Someone that actually owns not one, but two gowns worn and owned by Jacqueline Kennedy.
Grand finale of one of the cool things that I have. So again, I do collect some controversial items, but this is done respectfully. This was bought back by our troops, and today is 9/11. So this is something really, really, really special because our troops.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting creeped out. All right, dislike the video. I ain't gonna lie.